Welcome back. In this video, we're talking about general settings. So we're going to begin back where we were before the previous video when we talked in general about the WordPress community and learning WordPress. So we previously were on the plugins page. If I go over here, you can see the plugins page is still there. And you find that if you're not on this page, you can get there by the left sidebar. While you're logged into your local website, go to the left sidebar, click on plugins, click on installed plugins, and this is where we're at. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move on to the general settings page. All right, so before we go there, I just want to let you know that all of the basic settings of your website can be found under the settings area. Favicon, user control, time zone, and we'll just skim through a little bit of these general settings in this video. And I'll let you do a little bit more discovery on your own. So here's the important part about this, is that when you go through the general settings of your website, it's like skimming through a book. You don't have to read every detail, but you do need to know what's in there. What are the headers? What are some of the things that are mentioned? There are a few very important settings that we will go over, but we won't go over them in this video. So let's get going. So if I go to my left sidebar menu here in the admin area, I can click on settings, or I could just click on the window that pops up, general. So these are the general settings. Here's my site title. I can change that. Anything I change here on the back end will be displayed on the front end. So WP theme setup demo is currently that. I can say WP theme setup demo guide. And if I change it there and I click save changes, it's going to change here on the front end. So you should know that most of the things that are in the back end will control things on the front end. And that's just a general principle. And so not all of them, but most of them. Here's the tagline, the URL of our website, the site address. Those are two different things. And at this point, we just keep them the same because that's the most straightforward way to do it in the beginning. New user default role, you got as a subscriber, you can change your time zone. And what we'll do is, I'm in Los Angeles, so let's see if I can find Los Angeles. There we go. And then you can change the format of your date. I'll leave that the same. I like the capital PM, so time format, I'm going to change that. And then my week normally starts on Sunday. So I can save those changes. Those are the general settings. Now, for the rest, we won't go in depth, but I'll walk through this with you. You've got your default categories, which are not really something that will initially change anything on the front end of the website. And you got your mail server. You can change that. That's special. If you know how to set that up, it will help you on different things. And then you got the front page displays. This one would be of interest to you, and we will go over this in another video. You can choose to display your latest posts, or you could actually create a static page. Blog pages show at most how many posts. Syndication feeds show at most, or the most recent, how many items, number that we want. And then for each article in the feed, this will be an RSS feed, which is something that is probably, you won't be dealing with that immediately. Right now, we're just trying to get the theme to look the way it did on the marketplace or the repository. We won't change anything on this because we're just going through these, skimming through. And I'd recommend you go through and skim through the rest of this. You can set your default article settings and attempt to notify blogs that are linked to the article. You can allow people to post comments on new articles, and all of these settings, basically help you set up what your website is going to look like and how people can interact with you, and some of the default stuff that will greatly determine how you can get your theme to look the way it needs to look. So I would encourage you to go through all of this. And then there's even a link. So here's the permalinks. Permalinks are something that we will go over in another lesson as well. And there's also Page Builder and Breadcrumb NavXT. So these two links here, Page Builder and Breadcrumb NavXT, are actually there because we installed those theme recommended plugins. And we won't go through these during this video tutorial because that's beyond the scope of what we're going to talk about. So I want you to know, skim through the settings, read through the settings, and you will understand, how to begin to set up your actual website and make it look like the final product. We really don't have far on this one because they gave us a default image. We would have to change a few things here on the front page, but that's it. So thank you for joining us in this video. See you in the next one.